Although my beginning traces back elsewhere, my practice is grounded in the place where I've lived, worked, and developed as an artist, carrying traces of where I began while being shaped by where I am. So this is about how I was taken to Canada by my parents at a very young age. My whole life was shaped there. I learned to drive there, I learned to swim there, I learned to sketch there. And now, as I get older, I notice that my father here, salute to you, Papa, because you're a freedom fighter, I just want to let you know. He inspires me to be strong. My father has such a big footprint on this planet as a freedom fighter that I can't match. So I've decided to heal the planet with my footprints, where my clothes are dyed with the waste of food and flowers, and I turn them into dyes. And after those dyes are created, I take the waste and I take it and I put it underground, and I pray that it becomes something holistic in its afterlife. And also thanks to my mom for being here. She's my biggest source of inspiration. She wanted to be an artist and she couldn't continue that because of family and raising us. So I've decided to continue both of their passion into my work. So I'm really happy that you're all here. With further ado, I just want to show you a presentation here of soil, skin, and memory. So this was a morality-focused exhibition. And this exhibition, we're going to be focusing on 3 segments. Yep, sorry, my bad. So as you can see that this exhibition explores all these 3 things: waste and consumption, that is very common in Bangladesh. And then you have historic textile and heritage, which is our jute, our indigo, and our muslin. These are pure to Bangladesh, but today we see them advertised very commercial way, which kind of affects our heritage message. And then we have the environmental health and public awareness, which is the arsenic research that I was working on. So my Khala, Dr. Shahida Akhtar, she's here. She told me a beautiful story about how there used to be arsenic found in Naranganj. And I was very inspired by the pain behind it and the research that went into it. There is Dr. Mahbub Yunus over here. Dr. Mahbub, it's a pleasure to see you here. I'm glad to be talking about arsenic today. So I just want to tell you a little more about each of these segments. Oh, what happened? Oh, I'm not, sorry about that. Okay. So the reason I'm focusing on waste and flora is transforming of discarded natural materials into natural dyes and textiles, the heritage and reflection of Bangladesh's historic textile industry such as muslin and indigo, and also jute. Arsenic is important because while we are kind of healing that part of Bangladesh, rest of Bangladesh is polluted with burned bricks and pollution and dust. And I believe that when you combine this into artistic statements, we transform research into very well-produced art. Because people want to see what you're showing to people, right? People will get the message when you show them visually. It's one thing to read something and get bored, but a whole different thing when you're seeing it and expressing your emotions and thoughts to it. Is this it? Yeah. No, sorry. So when you combine all those 3 arcs, you get waste, memory, and responsibility. This is some of my works here. This is shot by me. This is my photography. You have how I dyed with onion skins here at the bottom left. You have onion skins that is changed to a different color using natural pigments. And then you have my flora dyes. This is something interesting. My last exhibition at BUFT focused on Shohit Minar flower, and that is because of the thought of not wasting flower and to honor the ones we give the flower to as a tribute at the Shahid Minar. So I was able to collect all the flowers and turn them into natural dyes, and we're going to be seeing some magic today on the stage with that. So yeah, I mentioned a little bit here what happens with the onion skins, like when we work with waste and flora, working with onion skins and flower waste and plant remnants, and how they're used to create the dyes. All these photos you see here at the bottom left are all taken from Dhaka Muslin House. The original color of muslin cotton is brown. It's not white, it's brown. That's how you can tell the difference between real muslin and synthetic muslin. And real muslin will be able to handle organic dyes, meanwhile synthetic, the dyes would fall off. And moving forward, this is the site where the women are weaving. So this is really interesting because when you enter this room, you don't see any men, you see women, because there's something really strong in women's thumb. When they pull the muslin thread from the charka, it comes out to be a fine thread, which you don't get if a man is weaving. These are also my research photographs where I'm showing indigo color in rock form, dye form, and what happens when the garment is made. I tell you a little bit about how these works are very important for Bangladesh. Oftentimes I see indigo being sold in Canada, but a lot of people don't understand that this is actually coming from Bangladesh. There's a site is there. So Bangladesh, where it comes from, Rangpur. Rangpur translates to color place. Rang means color, Pur means place. So it's color place. So it's really nice that Bangladesh has a beautiful place at Rangpur where indigo is cultivated, and the rest of the world gets to know this from my work and many other talented people who are making this bold move to create these designs. So now I have a couple questions here that you will be asked at the panel later on. So these questions are very important and they were thorough researched by me. I talk about arsenic, water, and clay. This is really important because, as I mentioned before, that I felt like a part of me is also a part of the planet. We all belong here. This is our home. And if we don't heal the soil, we won't be able to have a better, like this is my point of view, that our afterlife is underground. So if we don't heal the soil, we won't be able to rest peacefully there. And Bangladesh has not been loving the soil of Bangladesh properly.